All right, we're diving straight into a really powerful idea today. We're breaking down the lessons from a speech that is all about one thing: stop waiting for permission and start taking control. It's about passion, it's about power, and it's about going out and getting what's yours. So let's kick things off with a question that gets right to the heart of it all. So let me ask you this and be honest with yourself. Do you truly love what you do? It sounds so simple, right? But your answer literally changes everything. Because if you don't, you're just operating out of compulsion, not real passion. And according to this speaker, that's the huge difference between just existing and actually being alive. You know, we hear this all the time, right? Find your why. But this speaker, he says that's all wrong. He argues that real, true passion, it doesn't need a logical reason. Think about it. If you can list all the reasons why you love something, it might just be a transaction, not actual love. True passion just is. He has this amazing word for it, mohabbat. It's this unstoppable force, a passion so deep and intense that the madness and the drive just come naturally. You don't need a life coach to teach you that. And if you don't have it, well, then you're just going through the motions, following orders, probably complaining about your job, which actually brings us to a huge problem he's identified. Okay, so this is where he really starts to pull no punches. The speaker looks out and sees a generation of spectators, people who are incredibly quick to criticize from the sidelines, but are absolutely terrified to actually get in the arena themselves. They've become passive observers in their own lives. So what's with this number? 8 hours. What does that even mean? Well, according to the speaker, that's how much time many students just waste on their phones every single day. Think about that for a second. That's a full-time job, just gone. And here's the gut punch. The same person who just spent 8 hours scrolling is the first one to complain that the government is corrupt or the system is broken. So the speaker just flips the question right back at them. Before you start pointing fingers at the world, take a hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I doing my part? Am I great? And this really lays out the two different paths, doesn't it? You've got the spectator, who's busy debating what's wrong with everything from the comfort of their couch, eating popcorn. They might have a degree, they might be smart, but they're a coward. And then you have the fighter. This person has what the speaker calls jagra. It means guts, real courage. They're ready to get in there and take the hits because they know that's what it takes to actually change things. So you might be thinking, who is this guy to say all this? Well, he's not just talking theory. His whole philosophy was forged by his own story, and he calls it a story of snatching, not of waiting for things to be given to him. And it all started with a pretty humiliating fall from grace. Just picture this journey. He starts out as the top student in his village, a local hero. Then he moves to a big school in the city, and bam! He's mocked, called a duffer, basically an idiot, because he can't speak English. But instead of crumbling, he dedicates 9 solid months to mastering the very thing that was used against him. And the result? By 17, he's teaching English at the biggest institutes in that exact same city. So what flipped the switch for him? It was this incredible piece of advice from his mentor. Success isn't something you just wait around for. It's something you have to see as already yours. You have to visualize yourself in that position, holding that title, long before anyone else does. That belief, that's the fuel for the fight. And if you want the ultimate proof that his philosophy works, here it is. Just a few years before giving the speech, he was sitting in the audience of this very event, a spectator, just another face in the crowd. Today, he's on the stage, the main event. He didn't wait for an invitation. He visualized his place there, and then he went and snatched it. This brings us to the most intense, the most electrifying part of his whole message. And just a warning, this isn't some gentle, you can do it pep talk. This is a command. Because the world is not your friend, and it owes you absolutely nothing. Let that just sink in for a second. It's a blunt, cold reality. The world, the system, society, it is just not designed to hand you success on a silver platter. Simply hoping for the best is not a strategy. So the point is this: stop waiting. Stop expecting some powerful person, some politician, or some new policy to come and save you. They won't. Trust me, they're all playing their own game. And this is the climax. This is the big idea. What you want in life is not a gift that you have to ask for. It is your right, and you must know how to snatch it. It's such a powerful mindset shift, right? It's about going from asking to taking, from being a victim of your circumstances to becoming a victor.
So then he takes this idea and expands it into a whole new definition of what a leader is. And, spoiler alert, it has absolutely nothing to do with your resume or your degree.
He says the one essential quality is jigra, guts, courage, heart. A real leader isn't the person with the most degrees hanging on their wall. It's the person who is willing to stand on the front line and take a beating for the people they're leading. I mean, the message here is crystal clear. If you're afraid to get hurt, then stay on the sidelines with all the other spectators. People love to complain that the world isn't safe, but he says that's the whole point. It's broken precisely so that people with courage can step up and fix it. His final thought is harsh, but it's direct. If you don't have that courage, you don't deserve anything. And he leaves everyone with this final, thundering question. It's a call to action wrapped in a declaration of faith. If you have that inner fire, that mahabbat, if you have that jigra, if you believe that some higher power is on your side, then the world isn't something you should be afraid of. It's something you need to claim, because it belongs to you.